tree in your yard and you just have more apples than brains. Hello everyone, I'm coming to you live from my makeshift sewing room. Hopefully my sewing machine makes an alright tripod here. Today I wanted to talk about the Food is Free project. You might see this bouncing around on Facebook if you follow some pages about gardening, about urban gardening, urban farming, stuff like that. My interpretation, it is the Food is Free project, people, specifically farmers and gardeners, coming together, and if they had an extra bounty of food, they would leave it out on their doorstep or at a local business with a sign that said "Food is free, take as much as you need." And this became quite popular in a lot of cities. I had seen articles where people were even installing refrigerators and making meals. But of course, the government doesn't want people to help each other. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, but so a lot of these things got shut down because it's not legal to give each other food without some type of licensing, but it was mostly like people giving away extra vegetables. Like, the idea behind this project is that when you go to the grocery store and you buy food, say you buy fresh vegetables like
potatoes, tomatoes, celery, onions, garlic.
I'm just trying to name it off a few that you could use the vegetables that you bought from the store and grow more. Seeds are cheap, and the tomatoes from the grocery store are not necessarily a desirable tomato, but you could take the seeds from a tomato you buy from the grocery store and save the seeds to grow for yourself and have 100 tomato plants from a bundle of tomatoes that you bought from the from the grocery store. So what I did this year is my local grocery store, Aldi, sells red potatoes every year, and they're really high quality red potatoes. They're grown locally in the Midwest, in Michigan, I believe, and they're non-GMO red potatoes. And I accidentally left some under the fridge or somewhere. One rolled away and it grew some sprouts off of it. So I took those, I took the little, you sometimes see a potato. I wish I had an example. They do tell you that growing potatoes is a waste of time and you shouldn't invest in it, but these potatoes were just going to go out into my compost anyways, so I thought, why not give a use to them? So I cut off the individual buds and left a little bit of potato on there, and I planted them in I took some brown sandwich paper bags and I filled them with topsoil and cow manure. And I buried it in the bag just a little bit so that the sprout could stick out and get a little bit of sunlight. You can, however, bury it totally. And I put it in my greenhouse. This was in a colder month, which probably was like at the beginning of April. So here in the Midwest, it's still pretty cold, and we might even get snow sometimes in April. So I put it in the greenhouse, kind of just forgot about it. Watered it whenever I watered the other plants I had in the greenhouse, and the potato plants really took off. Here are a few of the potatoes that I sprouted. You can see here there's one that just didn't really do anything, but this one's a bit tall for planting. I probably shouldn't have let it get that tall before putting it in the ground, so I'm going to plant it really deep so that only about this much sticks out of the ground, and by fall I'll have some potatoes. So here I had potatoes. I even used the rest of that potato to cook with and make mashed potatoes now. I still even ate the potatoes, so here I have probably 12 potato plants now from 3 potatoes that I used to eat also. So I probably spent $2 on this bag of potatoes and ate the potatoes, and I also am going to have a crop from them this fall, hopefully. I'm trying a hay bale method for some of the potatoes, and also just going to plant some out in the garden next to our asparagus bed and see how it goes. But would like to share that with everyone, that vegetables that you can do this with if you just want to experiment, or if you really need food and you can't afford very much food. I will link some information about the Food is Free project down below. I just think that it's really inspiring to see other people sharing their stories of how they started growing food, and to show people that it's not expensive to grow your own food, and that you can have food security without depending on an unreliable system. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you really like this video, try and subscribe. I post videos when I feel like it, which is not often, but I hope this inspired you. Have a great day.